Yep. Yep. Nope. Okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to take all these fasteners out, and we're going to take this, oh goodness, that's stuck in there, isn't it? We're going to take this folding panel out, and we're going to replace this ratty carpet. Okay, I think I got all the screws out. I'm just going to pull this last tab. I should be able to just pull this right out. Sure. That's all there is to it. Ooh, that's a stiff hinge. It's got some arthritis to it. Okay. Okay, got it laying here just on the floor upstairs here where it's warm. Just showing you here. There's the latches. You can see how they're attached. And then we've got a piece of metal that wraps around the plywood and kind of traps the carpet underneath it there. And then it looks like they did the same deal with the hinge, which might be why the hinge is a little stiff too. It probably just kind of rubs on the carpet. So I'm going to have to remove, I guess, both the hinge and then this end plate right here, because they capture the carpet on both ends. Of course, the new carpet's not going to be serged, but if you watch my other video where I did the folding rear seat carpet, you'll see it's not really required on the replacement carpet I'm using. So speaking of that, let's take a look at the carpet I'm going to use. All right, it's called Custom Mats, and I got this at O'Reilly's. It's about $13 a roll, and I believe it comes in a 72-inch long by 36-inch wide roll. Yep, 36 by 72. Pretty decent stuff for the money. It does have a fuzzier side, which that's the side I'm going to use, which looks so much like cut pile carpet when it's in the car. It'll be hard to tell on something like that. Plus, when you cut the edges, because the stuff is like spun together, it tends not to unravel, so it'll stay in place when you cut it, which is a really cool idea. So the only thing we have to do is just get the old carpet off and try to do that without butchering the wood too bad. Oh, I wonder if that ever had a screw in it. I think it's got the rest of them. Okay, that one probably fell out at some point. Hey, just showing you all before I peel this carpet off. I'm going to attempt to do it with one of these chisel thingies so I don't wreck the wood. Just showing you, this is the original carpet that was covered up by the hinge, or I guess in this case it was the end plate. And just kind of thumbing it out a little bit to get it to come back up. Looks like this was kind of medium pile carpet. This was never like really super thick carpet. I'm kind of almost wondering, is it the same? Yeah, it's probably the same pile they used on the rest of the car, I guess, when it was new. Nothing super impressive. You can see there's not a whole lot to it here. And you can see even the carpet that's covered up is fairly brittle. You see how the backing is just breaking away. So we'll get that off. And stuff we'll put on it probably won't be quite as, maybe quite as good a quality as what it had, but it'll be hard to tell once it's on there. Hey, just showing you what I'm doing. I'm just coming in here and just working nice and slow. I'm just going to work this off. I'm going to try to get this off on one piece so I can use this as a pattern. You can see the wood underneath doesn't look too bad. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Just showing you with the hinge laying here. They did actually put threaded inserts, which is a nice touch. Pretty cool. But they also use staples. So I'm going to have to dig these staples out before I can get this last little bit of carpet off the curve right here. And then I think I can peel this carpet off on one piece. And we'll be that much closer to getting this done. So I'll finish getting these out. And we'll just come along and take those out, and then we'll be good to go. Oop, found that other staple. Oh, there we go. These little devils are just hidden everywhere. Oh. There we go. Finally. Moses. There we go. It's basically in one piece. I got a little piece here and there that's missing, but that'll be enough to work with. And then this piece unwrapped all the way, without breaking off. That's good. Sure. Yeah, that looks good. I guess this is the part by the hinge. This part is kind of really crispy. And just rolling the, you can see how a little piece of carpet kind of pulled. I'm going to just pull the carpet out of the way here, so I can do that without tearing it up. Sure. Let's just take a look at the substrate I'm going to be gluing to. I've got a spot there that's a problem, and then I've got another spot here that's a problem on the plywood. You see all the inserts they put in here for the latches, and then of course those are the inserts for the piece of trim. Actually, no, that's the inserts for the hinge, and then I guess the piece of trim, yeah, it's just got those little holes in the wood right there. That's where those little wood screws are going to go. I got to figure out how I'm going to be able to find those holes again when I put the carpet on. I'm probably going to have to do something about that. I think that carpet's thin enough. That's probably going to show through on that because it's not backed carpet. So I wasn't planning on that. These things here too, not sure about that. That might, that one pokes up a little bit. That's probably going to be less than perfect. But yeah, we'll roll it out. We'll play with it. We'll see how it does. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Wasn't really planning on that. These are nice and flush. These are not. Of course, maybe I could just gently wrap these with a hammer. Maybe I could peen that one a little bit. And maybe peen those over just a tad as well. Although they may not, is that going to be noticeable? Yeah, the hinge goes in on, yeah, that side. So yeah, that's definitely going to be, when it's on the bottom, that's really, it's not really that big of a deal. But we'll see. Okay, she's prepped. She's sanded down. I had one screw that was loose on one of these, on this mount right here, down in here. And I had to, I think the screw might have been cross-threaded or something, but it went back in. I was able to hammer this down flush after I tightened it up. So all of these sit nice and flush. These are nice and flush. That's going to be up high where I guess where you would see it. These are flush-ish. I try hammering on those a little bit. They stick up a little bit, but I don't think the carpet's going to show. And I think I'm just going to leave that that hole right there. What do they call those knots? There's a knot that's missing right there. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'll let that go. That'll probably be fine. So I am going to have to run out and get some more carpet. Unfortunately, the carpet I had left over I thought would be big enough. It's not, so I'm going to have to get another bag of that stuff at O'Reilly's. It's only 13 bucks. Not a huge deal. I'll run out, get that, come back, and I think I'll get this glued on this evening. Okay, let's see what I got here. You can see I went around here and did my dotted lines, so I've got a pattern. And I can tell, of course I came right up to the edge here, so that should be good. Those come right up. That's fine. Doesn't have to be, you know, to the millimeter, but it looks pretty good. So when I remove this, okay, and I can, it's hard to tell. You can probably tell by looking at this. There's just a slight curvature here. At least there should be. I think I got that right. I hope I did. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, you can see where that curves in. And then it's gonna curve in here. It just starts to curve in here. That should be fine. So I got that detail. That should be just right. And then I brought this up like that. I think that'll be okay. Oh yeah, that'll be just fine. All right, I'll get this cut out and I'll see what we got. Oh yeah, that looks good. I think that's gonna fit just fine. So I got that. That's gonna match up just fine. Yep, comes out right up to the edge. That looks good. Looks like I'm a little longish on this side. I think I'm just gonna glue it down, then I think I may just score it off with a razor blade and call it good. I got enough to wrap underneath here. There's plenty there. So that'll work just fine. And I can't hardly feel that knot. There it is right there. I just have to be careful when I glue that down not to press it into the knot. That won't be visible. And this carpet's thick enough. it covers up the inserts pretty good. I don't think those will be too visible. That'll be just fine. Cool. Yeah, so the goal here, I've got this lined up and carefully folded over. And I'm going to spray the wood. I'm going to spray this part first. And I'm going to bring it over and tack it down. And then I'll do the opposite on the other side. And that way I don't get glue where I don't want it. And I don't have a big mess running around trying to get everything to line up. So the only thing I'm going to do is just glue both sides, wait a couple minutes, and then just slowly roll it over and repeat. There we go. It's fanning like it should. Make sure I get on the edges pretty good. And then I'll start spraying it on the carpet as well. And I'll just have to get this covered really good. All right. That looks pretty good. I don't see any knots. I don't see any things that are visibly poking up. I can feel it right there a little bit, but it's stuck down good over everything. That's trimmed out nice. I want to be careful how I roll this over so I don't put the carpet in the glue that I just sprayed to get the edges on. I rolled the edges around too. And I'll probably come in with a staple gun like the factory did just to make sure it can't come up later. But this hinge encapsulates all of this, so you won't even see this edge at all. But I'll put a couple staples in there. I'll probably space them, yeah, probably 5 or 6 inches apart like they did. Come in and put those in. And I know that looks like mold there. That's just crud. Probably pieces of old car cover stuck on the back of that. I'm putting it in the trunk. I think most of that will come off. I'll clean that up as well. And yeah, I'll get this back in the car. This will look factory. Oop, I just got a little glue on it. By the way, if you do get a little glue on the carpet when you're spraying it, if you take a piece of masking tape, it'll lift any of it off that you get on there. It'll pull it right out. So there you go. Cool. She's all stapled up. Looks pretty good. That looks factory to me. I used Aero T50s, and they're 5/16 by 8. Those are Manel. Those are marine quality. I've done some upholstery work on boats and stuff. And there's the staple gun, and that is an Aero T50. I think this is T50P. And that's the same staple gun that Clark W. Griswold used to staple the lights to his house in Christmas Vacation. Cool, huh? I'll go get the hinge and put that on. I'll probably lube on those brackets, get this other piece of trim on, and we'll show you what it looks like. Yep. Okay. That looks pretty darn good. Pretty happy with that. Boy, that looks nice. Yeah, everything fits good. Yep. Edges look factory. Those are trimmed over. Yep. That looks good. Sure, why not? The hinge looks good. Take a look at the hinge action. Oh yeah, that looks good. I got a little bit of that white lithium grease on there. I sprayed that down in the garage. That loosened this thing right up. That stuff tends to stay after you get it on. I may wipe this off a little bit more, maybe with some lighter fluid or something, get that off. But that'll hardly be noticeable when it's in the car. It looks really good. Super happy with that. I guess I should go ahead and oil on these because these are really stiff. Oh my goodness. Yep, I'll oil on those as well. Oh yeah. Now it works. Little dab will do ya. All right, let's have a peep at this now. Yep. Yep. Yep, looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. I cleaned on the carpets a little bit, so it looks pretty decent. Let's see if I can do this one-fingered. Nice. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks factory. Real happy with that. Doesn't need serged edges because it's kind of a spun material, and it's kind of pretty close looking to the shag stuff that came with the car, so it doesn't look too out of place to me. Definitely at first glance it does not look out of place. Real happy with that. It was a really cheap repair, easy to do, kind of right up my alley, right? Budget. Let's see if I can close this with one hand. Oh yeah, she pulls up nice and tight, no rattles. Real happy with that. Oh, by the way, I think the original spare is hiding underneath this original piece of dry rotted carpet. Let's take a look at that. Custom power cushion, polyglass. Ooh. I know there's a date code on here somewhere. Oh, there's my name on there. That's nice. Oh, there we go. 19th week of 1973. Definitely making this one of the original power cushion tires. Goodyear. There's the size. She's a D7814. So that would have been on the 4.5 inch wide small pattern wheels, right? And there's a story why this doesn't hold air anymore. And I'll get into that in the next video. We're going to try to preserve on this tire and at least get it to hold enough air to hold the carpets up on top of it. And we'll reveal that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, and help a guy out, would you? Hit like and hit that subscribe button. Talk to y'all later. Bye.